Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Since Hero 70 come out and a couple other things, I'm going to go over troop counts again. I don't know the exact stats just yet on Hero 70 and stuff, but I can give it a pretty good guess about where it's going to be. I've heard some numbers and I'm just going to base it off that. It's going to add a little over 1,000 something attack. It won't be quite 2,000, but it's going to be over 1,000. And then defense debuff's going to be like 500-ish. It's going to be around in there, which is kind of what I guessed. So I can give it a pretty good guess on where we need to go with the troops and defense and stuff like that. So, once again, troops are going to be entirely based off your defense. You won't need as much if you have super high defense, and you'll need more troops if you have super low defense. So whatever your defense is, that's what your troops are going to be based off of. So if you have really high defense, higher than mine is, what is my defense right now? My defense right now is 3,600. So if you have more than this, you do not need anywhere near the amount of troops I have. So let's say you have 4,000. You can have probably 200, 300 million less troops than I do. And you will be perfectly fine to take a level 70 hit. Now if you have, let's say, 3,200 defense, you're probably going to need about 200, 300, maybe even 400 million more troops than I do, because the more it drops, the more drastic the amount of troops you're going to need to replace and be able to take that hit. Okay, so my current troop count is way higher than I actually need. I really only need 1.9 to 2 billion. So, base it off that number, 2 billion, around in there. So if you're around my defense, you want 2 billion-ish troops. If you're higher than that, you maybe 1.7, 1.8. 1.6 if you have a ton of bulwarks and stuff like that and your defense is like 4,400 or more. So just base it off around 2 billion. I built way more than I need. I'm testing higher troop count at the moment. So I have a little bit extra troops than I actually need. I have 200 million of these and then almost 500 million of these. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Again, it's all based off your defense. Try to get that defense as high as you possibly can. If you have any orbs, go for your walls or your embassy first. That's going to give you the highest defense. After that, you can go for barracks or altar. They will give you some defense. Altar gives a little bit higher than the barracks, but it is a pain to actually get defense out of it. Usually it's ranged attack or something like that, but it does give some defense if you can get it to land on it. But embassy and walls are going to be your best bet. Also, you want at least 20 plus barracks, and that's going to give you a nice amount of defense, 200%, a little bit higher if they're 22 or 23. But you want at least 20. If you do not have enough plots open, you really need to start opening some of those or tearing down some buildings you don't really need. Embassy and Gymnos, if you don't have orbs, you can tear the embassy down. If you have plenty of skill points and if you are like 61, 62, or 63, you don't really need this right now until you get to like 64 and you need some extra skill points. So you can tear the Gymnos down and replace it with a barracks, and that is only if you do not have 20 barracks already. Just trying to give you guys some ways to get a few more barracks without having to buy a pack just to open a plot right now. Some other ways you can get some more defense is keep an active altar. Again, you can chop little heroes in less time, if it ever loads my profile. level 3s, 10s, 11s, 1s, anywhere between 1 and 10. You can chop it in about. I have full executioners, but I don't have full set bonus, so I can chop level 1 to 11 in 13 hours. If you have more set bonus than I do, you can chop them in about 8 hours. If you have no set bonus, it's going to be about 15 hours if you have full executioner's gear. If you do not have full executioner's gear and you are trying to chop a level 1, it's going to take about 2 days instead of 3 days for a level 50 or whatever other kind of hero. Another way to get defense is upgrade your gems. Get some bulwarks, rainbows, elusives, Aegis, however it's said. You can go to the bazaar and get your basic gems like defense, shadow, honor, courage, elite defense, stuff like that. Also, if there is, usually there's a $5 pack going around that gives 500,000 chests. If you buy that, you will most likely get enough elite defense gems and possibly enough of these other gems to fully gem your sets. So if you have $5 to spare and you see that pack, it's worth it if you do not have enough gems. And again, I don't have it right now, but it's just a big picture that says 500,000 chests, and it's for $5. If you're in UK or something like that, it's going to be like €3 or something like that. But it's a 500,000 chest pack, and I don't have it right now, but that's what you're looking for, and that will get you some basic gems if you don't have those. Also, there is a very small possibility, but you can get bulwarks out of that, and it comes from the Eagle chest. If you guys see that in any other pack, you have a possibility of getting bulwarks out of the Eagle chest. So really, you are looking for any possible way to boost your defense. You want to get that as high as possible, because the higher that is, the less troops you are going to actually need. And the less troops you have, the less power you're going to have. Although right now with Hero 70 and stuff, power isn't really going to make much of a difference. It'll scare away some, but a 25 billion is likely going to get a lot of hits from a level 70 hero. They got a lot more attack and defense debuff and stuff to play with, and they're going to be willing to hit someone this size. So I'm not too worried about not getting hits during the Super Wonder or the next kill event, and that's why I got this big right now and build a few extra troops, and I'm not too worried about it. But you guys that are lower in defense and might even need more troops than I have right now, you need to work on getting that defense up any possible way, whether it be barracks, orbs, gear, gems, whatever the case is. You need to get defense as high as you can, and that's going to lower your power with the amount of troops we have to add for all these new things they're adding in. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. If you need more help trying to get your defense up, or you need more exact numbers for troops for whatever your defense is, just ask me in game or join one of my trap rooms, and a lot of guys in there can possibly help you out. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I will see you in the next one.